Hello, everyone. I am Carlton T. Clay. Welcome to Celebrating Black Excellence. Our next guest is an actor, singer, and dancer. He does it all. Let's welcome Russell Joel Brown. How are you doing today?
So good. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you so much for being here. We definitely appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
You are a staple in the Augusta community, so we definitely want to celebrate you and all that you do here. So we appreciate you for everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. Now, let's get started with your beginning. What inspires you to want to get into the performing arts?
So I desperately wanted to be a ballet dancer. My older sister was a ballerina with the Dance Theater of Harlem. She was studying ballet here at Colton Ballet, which was then Augusta Ballet School. And I was going to see her perform, but then when my parents took me to New York to see her debut performance with Dance Theater of Harlem, I was like, whoa, that's what I want to do. And so I came home, enrolled in ballet, but quite honestly, I didn't have what it took. But in 8.5 years of classical ballet training, I got the discipline and I got the love of the arts and saw firsthand like really what it takes to be an artist and to be a professional artist. And so luckily and blessedly, I had this beautiful voice that was not trained, but I had a great instrument. And so I just switched from ballet to voice and started taking voice lessons in the 11th grade. And then everything kind of unfolded from there.
Nice. And your hard work has definitely paid off. We've seen you like all over the world pretty much.
Sure.
You were a part of The Lion King on Broadway. Can you please talk about that experience?
Oh, definitely. So that's one of my proudest moments to have gotten that show, because what I tell young people all the time is that what's yours is yours. There's no one, then there's nothing that can stand between you and what's yours. Your job is to be prepared when the opportunity comes, because it's coming if it's yours. And so I auditioned over and over and over for The Lion King. I started auditioning in 1997 when it first came out, and auditioned 97, 98, 99, 2000. I went to over 14 auditions for the same show. But I knew in my heart that I was supposed to be in that show. I was perfect for that show, and so I did not give up. So in 2001, my dad got sick here in Augusta, and so I came home to see about him. He was much sicker than I thought, and I ended up being here for 4 years. Well, during those 4 years, after going to 14 auditions, I didn't hear from The Lion King at all for the entire 4 years, whereas before they were beating a path to my door. I was auditioning, but I wasn't getting hired. But I was here for 4 years, and then Lion King called out of the blue in 2005, and they said, we have to see him tomorrow. And I said, I can't be there tomorrow. I don't have the money to fly tomorrow, and it's $700. And my agent said, they really want to see you, I'll pay for the ticket. So she bought me a $770 ticket. I flew up there. They sang me, they danced me, they read me, and they offered me the job in an hour and a half. And so on the 15th audition for the same show, I was hired after 8.5 years of auditioning. I mean, it was incredible, but they needed me to be there the following Friday. And so if you can imagine, living your life down here in Augusta, making a way for yourself back home, and then someone calls and says, hey, we need you to leave town in 6 days, close down your life, and be prepared to go on the road indefinitely. It was difficult, but I mean, I did it. And so then I was with The Lion King for 12 years.
Nice.
And so I did 4 different companies of the show. I was on the East Coast tour, West Coast tour, Taiwan, and Broadway. And so had a great experience with that, but that was my old job, and now I have a new one.
Absolutely. I want to stay with Broadway for a second, because
Sure.
I know what it felt like, because I saw my first Broadway show not too long ago. I went to go see The Wiz.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
so I know what I felt watching it. What was it like for you actually being on the stage?
Yes. So I had been performing since I was 5 years old. And so every stage that I had been on, of course, the people who are in charge are like, oh, this is important. Oh, this is important. This is important. And every production, every performance is important. But there's a rarefied air on Broadway that doesn't exist anywhere else that I know of. So if you can imagine being in an environment where everyone is operating at their very highest level all the time. That's the person who sweeps the floor. That's the person who raises the curtain. That's the person who sells the tickets. That's the person who seats the people. Everybody is clicking on all cylinders. And I'd never been in an environment like that before. So it forces you, number one, to bring your A game, but also if you don't have your A game, to stay at home and get yourself together so that you can bring your A game. And the beautiful thing about Broadway is that everything is covered. So there's no, oh, well, I have to go in because there's no one else who can do my job. Like they don't risk the multi-million-dollar production on the off chance that somebody can't come in. So there's coverage. So for example, when I first did Smokey Joe's Cafe, I was a standby for 4 characters. So I was responsible for knowing all of the information, all of the steps, all of the harmonies for 4 different people. It was one of the hardest jobs I've ever had, because in Smokey Joe's Cafe, we're all singing the same songs, we're singing the same words, but different melodies, and doing the same steps, but on a different beat. So how do you keep all of that straight in your mind? Oh, this guy is on 1, this guy's on 3, this guy's on 5, this guy's on 7. Like, I mean, how do you keep it straight? But it was a great proving ground for me, and so I was one of 2 people who covered those 4 roles. So there was plenty of coverage. If one of the guys got sick, if I was on vacation, there's still another person who's there to cover. So being on Broadway was worth the 26-year wait that I had. And once I did that, I looked around and I said, there's nothing else for me to achieve. You know, there's one other show on Broadway that I would be interested in doing, but I'm too old for it now. That was Hamilton. By the time Hamilton came along, I was entirely too old to play any of those roles. And so I said, it's time to leave New York. I've conquered it. I came here to be on Broadway. I was on Broadway. It took a long time, but it, you know, as they say, it's not wind, but weather.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, you are mostly known for your theatrical production from Mozart to Motown.
Yes.
Now, for people who have not seen it, what is that production about? What does that entail?
Sure. So From Mozart to Motown was my creation that I came up with in 2001, and the first one was in 2002. And I imagined a show where I could sing all of the things they wouldn't let me sing in New York. So for example, I would never go into an audition in New York and sing Over the Rainbow, because that is something that's sung by a woman, by a white woman in a very famous show. So I'm not a woman, I'm not white, like they're not looking for me to come into an audition situation and sing something that was made famous and is known to be sung by a different race and a different gender. So if it's my show, I get to sing whatever I want to. So I set about planning a show. I thought it would be me and a piano in like a small theater at Payne College. But it kept snowballing into this thing that became a $35,000 extravaganza in the Imperial Theater with a five-piece band and with 15 high school students as my backup singers and dancers. So it was classical, spiritual, Broadway, jazz, blues, country, African, R&B, rock, and gospel. All the genres that, you know, I was like, let me challenge myself and see if I can sing all of that and see if my musicians can play all of that. So I sold out the Imperial 5 times, and then Lion King called. I went away to do Lion King, was gone for 12 years, and I came back, and I sold out the Miller Theater in 2022. And so it is, it's one of the, I think I'm proudest of that show. Because I was able to do it and pull it off and gain some very loyal sponsors along the way who've been with me the entire time. It's a beautiful feeling to know that people believe in you when they have nothing to base it on, and then they stay with you throughout. So I'm grateful, and also grateful to the Augusta audiences for continuing to come.
Right. And speaking of Payne College, and speaking of the Augusta audience, you have a new show here. We have Home for the Holidays at Payne College.
Yes.
That's what you have coming up so far. Can you please tell us about this event?
Definitely. So Carlton, Home for the Holidays is definitely hands down going to be my biggest show. We have over 100 people who are involved in the show, and I've never had that many people involved. But I believe it's going to be my best, and this is the reason. I'm doing a fundraiser for Payne College, because I really believe that we will elevate the future of Payne College if all of us join forces and get behind this institution. we need Payne College. It's an important part of the educational ecosystem here in Augusta and has produced so many great leaders. And so I decided what I know how to do is give concerts. What I know how to do is produce shows. And if I choose a nonprofit that whose work I respect, then people are going to come. If I put together the right concept for a show and I market it properly, it's going to make money. And so that's what I'm doing with Home for the Holidays. It's sort of like a mini Mozart to Motown, because I'll be singing 5, not 10 genres. And so people will hear classical, they will hear R&B, they will hear pop, country, and gospel. And so the show opens with this beautiful anthem that's called Candlelight Carol, and that's going to be sung by our mass choir. And then it goes right into Kirk Franklin's O Come All Ye Faithful, and then right into John P. Key's Celebrate. And then I come right out and sing This Christmas by Donny Hathaway. So, I mean, even in the first 10 minutes, you have like 3 different genres of music, all played by these incredible musicians that we've assembled. So it's going to be great. It's going to be Friday, December 5th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, December 6th at 4 p.m.
And if people want tickets, they want more information, how can they get that?
Sure, they can go to russelljoelbrown.com, or they can go to that website or to the Payne College website, payne.edu, and that's PAINE.edu, and there's a QR code there that they can go to buy tickets as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, one final question for you, Russell. To you, why are the arts important here in Augusta?
Sure. So the arts have proven that Augusta produces leaders. Sure, there's James Brown and there's Jesse Norman, the 2 most famous artists who have come out of this community. But there are current generation artists coming out of this community as well, who are leaving here with the training and the ethics and the perseverance that they've learned here in Augusta and taking that to an international level. And so I think about Christopher Wilson, who dances at Alvin Ailey. He studied at the same ballet school where my sister went and where I went. I think about, you and the work that you're doing and the actors that you're working with, and how all of this artistry is cooking here in Augusta, and people all across the world get to experience it. And so I believe that we have to continue to invest in the arts. We have to continue to make these programs available for children who don't know. They don't know from anything, really. If we make the programs available to them at the Jesse Norman School, in the Richmond County school system, at Colton Ballet, all of these schools and all of these programs that are available, we have to continue to invest in them so that they'll still be here for generations to come. And that's what I hope to continue to do.
And you are definitely doing it, Russell. We definitely appreciate all that you do. And before we let you go, I want to surprise you, because this month we're going to award you with the Mary L. Jones Black Affirmation Award for the month of November.
Oh my goodness.
For all the work that you have done in the community and in the city.
Fabulous.
So we appreciate you, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm fancy now. Thank you very much. Oh man, this is fantastic. Celebrating Black Excellence 365, Russell Joel Brown.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, wow, this is great.
You're welcome.
Thank
is there
you,
anything
thank
else that
you.
you would like to say?
Please, please, please come and see Home for the Holidays. I promise you there will be things that you have never seen on a stage in Augusta before. We have a mass choir, we have a 9-piece band, we have a 10-member hip-hop dance group, and an 11-foot-tall bunraku puppet, like something that you would see at Mardi Gras. And so I don't want you to miss this one. And we are planning to have an annual event as a fundraiser for Payne College, Home for the Holidays every year, but you don't want to miss the first one.
And one more time, how can people get more information and get the tickets?
Sure, russelljoelbrown.com. That's Russell with 2 S's and 2 L's, joelbrown.com, or they can go to payne.edu, and that's PAINE.edu, and they can purchase tickets on either of those websites.
Nice. Well, again, Russell, thank you for all that you do. Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Again for the award, and thank you for being Black Excellence.
I appreciate your help. Thank you for being Black Excellence.
All right, everyone. I am Carlton T. Clay. This is Celebrate Black Excellence. We celebrate Black Excellence every day. Have a good one.